Well, hello and welcome back, beautiful Libra. Thank you for joining me here. Okay, Libra, what are we talking about? Somebody doesn't look in the mirror. They could have blamed you for something. But they're returning, but they're not any different. If you do what you always did, you're going to get what you always had. Somebody is chasing, and somebody has to stop chasing someone. They might return, but they haven't changed. It's like you're always going to get what you always had. Somebody better, they tell other how to live their lives without looking in the mirror. So trying too hard and getting nowhere. So broke. Everything they do is counterintuitive, counterproductive. Like, you may be connected on a 5D level, but this person's a cheap ass. I don't know, they believe in extreme views instead of science and evidence. I mean, you could say the world is round, but they'll say it's flat. I think they just go along with what the crowd is. It's like the change depending on the group that they're in or the people that they talk to. It's just counterproductive. It's like something like that. Let's talk about it. It's like the heart. Maybe there's a new energy, but it's like, do they want you to chase? Do you gotta chase them? If you gotta chase them, you're always gonna get what you always got. You have such a bright future. If the portals are all open to you, divine power is here. But what is this attachment all about? Who or what are you relentlessly pursuing that has become an addiction? Let them go. I don't know if it's the karmic that keeps chasing this person. I don't know if it's you. I don't know if it's them. Let's get into the tarot. Someone has become addicted to the chase or addicted to chasing. And I want this person. I want this person. I want this person. But even if they return, you're going to always get what you always got. Someone has got to break free. It's absolutely draining. This person is always looking. They're always looking for a third party. I don't know. This is an ex. Oh, but we have a home. And I feel so bad. I'm so sad without them, or something like this is going on. Don't fall for it. They will break, if they broke your heart, they will repeatedly break your heart. They will repeatedly make you cry. It is time. Like, every time the phone rings, who's there? You know what I mean? You're too available to somebody. Every time the phone rings, every time they text, oh, come on by, come on over, let's talk. This is craziness. Oh, we're just friends. But they'll leave you out in the cold. They will abandon you. You will, but I love them. All they gotta do is say, I love you. Is that all they have to say? I love you? And then it's on again? You are better off taking the lead and being independent. I'm telling you. Is this person selfish? They will, like, it's just like they reject you and abandon you, and then they call, and then somebody's like, oh, I really love them. I want them to come home. I want them to come home. Careful what you wish for. Do you really want to go through that again? Do you want to go through that again? Walk away. Walk away. This person is playing with you. Lead by example. That's what it's saying. Lead by example. No matter how hard it is, no matter how much it hurts, lead by example. You teach people how to treat you. And if you're always available for them every time that phone rings, and you give up your independence for them, and you give up living for them, and you're busy waiting for them to call and waiting for them to come home and waiting for around for them, they're going to do it again. You need, like, no, nope. Is it someone stuck in their ego? That I told you that every time chivalry comes around, that they can play you, breadcrumb you, give all their attention, give you a little attention and juggle you, and then cut you off again, turn cold on you. I'm just saying, you're gonna always get what you always had unless you're the one that changes. You're the one that takes your power back. You're the one that leads by example and shows the way. You're giving your power away. Someone has been given their power away. This person's been walking all over it. And they will continue to do the same. unless you teach them otherwise. See, they're thinking you're too afraid because you love them and you're devoted to them. That's what they think. You'll never leave. Anytime I want to come back, I can always come back. I just gotta say the right thing. I gotta romance you a little bit and I'll get back in. But they will betray you again. So this person is always looking for some kind of sexual encounter somewhere. They're always looking. And if you want change, you don't pray for them to change. Pray for yourself to change. No. Well, somebody's like, well, we've been together for so long. We have so many investments together. We work good as a team. But you're getting drained. They're stealing your energy. Oh, but I'm so lonely. Just come home. Just come home. Well, look, man, they're willing to, but they are manipulating you. And don't be hating the third parties and don't be hating the karmic because it's this person doing it. That's what the read's saying. That's not my opinion. Ah, but we're so good. When it's good, it's good. Yeah, for all of what? How long is it good for? I'm sorry, you have to practice what you preach. That's what it's saying. You gotta practice what you preach. It's like somebody is saying, well, they could be saying, well, you do it. You keep returning to someone. So you gotta lead by example because they could be absolutely correct. If that's you who's doing it, you got to lead by example. And by you being the example, you're setting the example for others as well. And it's funny how that goes. We got to watch how we are around our children because our children have a funny way of bringing that up to you at a later date. Well, you did it, Mom, or you did it, Dad. You know what I'm saying? And they'd be right. You might get mad, but they could be right. And they're going, well, you did it. So, you're teaching your children as well. You got to lead by example. Don't let people treat you like you're a doormat. And the minute you empower yourself and stop being a doormat, then other people learn by that, primarily your children. And they go, Mom did it. Dad did it. I could do it. Walk away. Stop running after someone. Do not chase. And don't be so eager to let them back in either. If they don't deserve to be in your life, keep them out of your life. That's what it's saying. I know it's easier. I know it's hard because you love somebody. I'm not saying that. But that's what the read is saying, and that's what I have to read. It's not going to be everybody where they agree with that, but that's what the read is saying. What are you relentlessly pursuing that you gotta give up? What is it? Who or what are you relentlessly pursuing that has become an addiction? Is it a cat mouse game? Do you get addicted to this makeup breakup? Is it the love hate? Is it like you gotta identify what it is? They just come back when without a dollar in their pocket and like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta lead by example. It's like they say they're broke, but they're being cheap. You know what I'm saying? They're just being cheap. They don't want to spend their money. They're not going to spend their money on you because they're spending it on other things and other people. And I'm not saying you got to have a lot of money to impress somebody. But if they're not willing to spend their money on you and they're not willing to take time out of their life to show you that they're sincere, then they're saving money on you. They don't gotta spend money on you. You're always doing stuff for them. You're always chasing them. You might be like at home. Let's just have a home cooked meal. Let's just all cook for you. Come on over for dinner. I'll cook for you. You don't have to pay for things. You don't have to do anything. Waiting on someone. Bad. They want to cook you a dinner, let them cook you a dinner. They want, but they don't want to spend their money. They're being cheap because they're spending their money on other people and other things, impressing other people. It's not that they're broke, they're being cheap. They come home when they're broke, or they come back to you when they're broke because they've been spending their money on everybody else. And let's face it, is that making you a priority? Are they making you a priority? Like, they don't have to be wealthy or rich or nothing like that financially, but are you their priority? Like I said, you may have fell for them. You may have fell for them over and over again, not wanting to believe it's true, not wanting to look at the truth. They're they're just, I don't know. That's what the read is saying, and I'm sorry for anybody going through that because you want to believe. We've all done it. We want to believe the best in people. We want to believe people will change. We want to believe that they're going to do right the next time, that they were genuinely sorry. But how many times can you hear you're sorry? You know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. How many times do you got to hear it? You got to show them. You got to prove to yourself You are worthy of more than what they're offering. And somebody's all mad, like at the third parties, because it's their fault. No, they're willing. They're willing. Nobody tied them up and made them do what they did. They did it willingly. Someone's enabling someone to be the way that they are. I don't know who needs to hear that, but they're not going to change with you enabling them. And then they go find somebody else, and then they go do that to that person. And if another energy allows themselves to be treated like that by that person, then that's on them. They don't take you seriously when you do that. They don't take you seriously. When you go live your own life, when you go be happy without them and they're not around you, and you set boundaries and you protect your own energy, oh, they're interested. They're a heck of a lot more interested than when you're chasing them. Someone's got to know their worth, someone's got to know their value. And this could be coming from, like, well, that's not my situation. That's not my situation. My person doesn't do that, or that happens to other people, it doesn't happen to me. That's kind of what it's getting at. The heart is the heart, and it is easily wants to believe people. It truly does. It wants to believe. But our intuition tells us something else. And that's what we should be listening to. Take care.